Bet on Bears fans, another edition of the Chicago Bears podcast coming your way. Pat the Designer, John Jurkovic in the building. It's been a little while, Jurko.
It has.
I heard you were just in the studio over the holidays, just waiting for us to come back.
Couldn't wait. I sat here in this chair and actually did some pretend shows.
Did you?
Nobody was in here running anything, just doing pretend shows.
Going through the tape. I'm not mad at it.
Very excited about it. Very excited about it.
We got a very exciting week here, Jurko, as you have, oddly enough, been in the same shoes as the Chicago Bears have, playing a team 4 times in just outside of a calendar year, although when you were playing, it probably was still a calendar year there.
I played a team 5 times in a calendar year.
5 times in a calendar year.
So that has only been done once, and the Packers and the Detroit Lions did it. And the calendar year was 1994.
We got to talk about what we can, what to expect in a game when you see a team this much, when you see this type of personnel this much, all that and more in today's episode of the Chicago Bears podcast. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, leave a 5-star review. Y'all know what to do. Today's episode is always brought to you by Underdog. Make picks, win money. How were the holidays, good kid?
Holidays were great.
Yeah.
No issues, good food, good people.
Oh, that's always good.
I mean, that's quite the combination, yeah.
Family come in?
Oh, yeah. Had family everywhere. And we went up Christmas. We were at one place, Christmas Eve at another. So, yeah, we had a good time. We're out in Oswego, Illinois. We actually went to Illinois.
Oswego.
Yeah.
I got people out in Oswego.
Got my cousin out there, so we all went out to visit him and his family. A lot of children. They love procreating over in that family.
is that what they do out in Oswego?
4 children, yeah.
4.
So great to see them. It was a good time, good food. We had lamb, fresh lamb. We had sarma. All the best stuff you could find.
I will never understand, as somebody who comes from 2 sides of the family, both had 5+ kids, how you can have more than 2. I'm tired. I'm so tired. You got 3.
Yeah, I got 3.
How'd you do it?
Mom and Dad had 3.
I'm tired.
Spaced them. Yeah,
to the point where the older ones can help with the younger ones?
Yeah, 96, 98, and 04. No, then the older ones, the kids were a little bit older. They could kind of fend for themselves a little bit.
I got
They put their own socks on. They could put their own shirt on. They could put their own, they can pick their stuff up. Yeah.
What was that?
I heard that. Wipe their own ass, which is a good thing. Not well sometimes, but wipe their own ass nonetheless. Yes. Yeah.
Big shout out to the good kid. Shout out to the family over the holidays as well.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Good kid, we got a very special playoff game here. Bears and Packers playing yet again. 3rd time this season. 4th time in just outside of a calendar year. How do you prepare for a game where you almost are going in saying, we know what they do, they know what we do? What makes the difference?
But there's been games in between, and there's been some things that you can take a look at. There's been some guys that get busted up a little bit.
Yeah.
Guys that have been ill, guys that have been sick.
Yes.
Some things work against some teams, and some things don't work against others. Baltimore being able to rush for 300-plus yards, they made a commitment to run the ball. They ran the ball 50-plus times.
That would be nice.
50-plus times. And you control the clock for 40 minutes. That's great for the Baltimore Ravens and the way they went about the business of busting up the Green Bay Packers. Held them to 8 possessions. I mean, that's what they were looking to do.
What teams have done to us?
They wanted to control the ball.
Yeah.
And nobody's done it to us that way. The Bears, unfortunately, have to play a bend-but-don't-break style defense because they just don't have the pieces to be able to combat a bunch. I think what you're going to see Dennis Allen try to do is trying to figure out exactly what they're doing and when they're doing it, and try to pop an extra guy in when they're running. The defensive line needs to play better. That's where you're at.
Yeah.
So you pop extra guy in there. Maybe you try to find a way to get a blitz where it's a surprise, and you're coming free off the corner and you're forcing a hurried throw, that kind of thing. So it'll be up to Dennis Allen to be able to kind of dial up something that's going to be a little bit of a surprise to what's happening on the team. Jarrett needs to play better. Billings needs to play better. Williams needs to play better. Dexter needs to play better.
Yeah.
The whole lot of them need to play better. To say that what they did last week was unimpressive would be like keeping it lightly. And some would say they only gave up 19 points. Jurk, what are you talking about? They only gave up 19 points.
Ben Johnson would say.
But it's the way they gave them up. Yeah. It's the way they allowed things to happen. Yeah, they held them to field goals, but I think the responsibility for the defense is to be able to get themselves off the field, and the responsibility for the offense is to be able to put drives together and, put 8 to 10 plays together, move the ball down the field, give yourself a chance to score something.
Yeah.
I think the offense failed in the first half. I think the defense failed in the first half. Found themselves down 13-0. They came out in the second, and they played a little bit better, but they didn't put any points up until the fourth quarter. So I think they played better in the second half. They played good enough to win and beat the Detroit Lions, but they didn't. And at the end of the day, you don't deserve to win. They didn't. It looked like they were lackluster. The offensive line played its worst game of the year.
That I agree with.
The offensive line played its worst game of the year.
No Ozzie Trapillo
I'm
out there.
Still, well, I mean, I don't know if Trapillo would have made the difference either, but, Darnell Wright was ducking his head on pass blocks. Jonah Jackson?
Jonah Jackson, yep.
He was stepping too aggressively. They were slanting to the inside. They were Katie bar the door, heading toward the quarterback, trying to kill the quarterback. Dahlman had a couple mistakes. One, the snap on the wrong side, though I thought that could be corralled.
Yeah, no,
you got to be able to.
More on Caleb.
You got to be able to move to your left and get that football.
And Caleb had both hands almost around it. I mean, they were in the position. It just went through it.
Yeah,
so.
almost not good enough.
Not good enough
in that situation. And even Tooney had a couple of plays. As a whole, the offensive line had a very disappointing day. So I don't anticipate that happening again.
Yeah.
I anticipate the offensive line having a much better game this week, which will be fun. I expect both tight ends to be active in this game, actively involved.
Yeah.
Not only in the blocking, but in the pass receptions and the pass catching. I'll include maybe a little bit more for Cole Kmet, which would be nice. Whether Odunze's healthy or not, it'd be nice if he would be. It'd be nice if he could play a lot, but I don't think they're going to bring him back and keep him on the field for 70 plays. If you've seen them kind of slowly but surely incorporate guys when they come back, you saw Jalen Johnson. They kind of eased him back into the lineup. I wish they'd have eased him back a little bit less. I don't know what's wrong with Tyreek Stevenson. I have no idea what's wrong. But when you're going to others and you're not playing him, is he injured? Have you given up on him? Is there no faith in him?
Had a lot of those questions, Yurt.
So no answers.
Yeah.
No answers coming out of Hallis Hall. None whatsoever. I mean, I don't even know if I've heard a question about it, but I ask it every single day.
What Ben Johnson
what's wrong
said
with Tyreek Stevenson?
They like the numbers with Jalen Johnson and Deshaun Wright getting more of those snaps. So I guess if you can't play him in the slot,
well,
you're going with the guys you got. But it was shocking.
Let me tell you something. Nobody could cover anybody last week.
No.
And with CJGJ going down, are you going to go to number 33 back there? Is that your plan? That was their plan last week. They went to 33. When CJGJ went down.
33.
Jones.
Jalen Jones, yes.
Yeah, Jalen Jones. So they went with 33. And they said no to Tyreek. I don't get it.
Probably go Nick McLeod.
Whatever they do.
Probably go Nick McLeod there. Or, I mean, listen, we got the report.
I don't
Seems like Kyler's going to be back this week. I would assume
you're
that
not making him play 70 plays either.
Yeah.
So, you're getting guys back from injuries. Their conditioning is of question.
Yeah.
Their ability to play over the course of the game. Now, this is the one thing I do realize. It's playoffs.
Yeah.
If you lose this game,
it's over.
You're going to rest the rest of the offseason.
Yes.
So I guess if there's a time to rest these individual players, it would be in the offseason. So why not let's get out there and let's play and let's give our best effort with our best guys. So that's what I theoretically would go for. Hopefully they go for it too. And then if you're not worrying about number 29, but if 29 can't get on the field, then 29's a part of his team, not a part of his team moving forward.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're telling me,
know.
29 is not a player
and
he's not a part of this team, then it seems to me in the offseason 29 will be saying goodbye. To me, that's common sense.
I would agree with you in that sense. I don't know what has happened with the love for Tyreek. I mean, listen, I'm not going to sit here and say he's been perfect this year.
Yeah.
We've talked about him getting beat.
Yeah.
But we've talked about everybody getting beat. We've talked about Deshaun Wright getting beat. We've talked about Jalen Johnson getting beat. We've talked about Kyler Gordon getting beat. Like, everyone on this defense has gotten beat like a drum at some point.
And everybody looked like they were playing trail technique last week.
Yeah. And here's my thing, Yerk. And
when I mean trailing by 3 yards.
Trailing behind. Yeah. Trying to figure it out. Here's my thing. Dennis Allen has talked about it. He said it with the linebacker position. He said it with the defensive line. Everybody on this unit has been cross-trained. You watched all of that of C.J. Gardner-Johnson on Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you couldn't go to Tyreek Stevenson one time?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you
couldn't get him on the field one time. That is concerning.
That's what I would have thought. But then when he gets injured, I'm figuring you can get him in the game now.
Now you get him in, yeah.
And you didn't get him in the game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at that point, that's where I thought maybe he wasn't 100%, but that's not. But either way, that's not that's just me noticing something that, geez, really? Is that what you've done with him?
It was shocking.
Over the course of the year?
It was shocking.
So, but after that, then your defensive line still can't get great. They had 3 sacks in the game.
Yes, they did.
But they still don't get great pressure. You know, they got a little bit more in the second half, but they still don't get pressure. The quarterback is never on the clock.
No.
Except for the 3 random times they ended up getting 3 sacks. It feels like he's never on the clock. It feels like he's never in a hurry. So
it's going to be massive this week.
But they did play better in the second half. But you got to get off to a quick start. You got to get off to a faster start than you did this week if you plan on being a part of this football game. So hopefully, whether they get the ball defensively or offensively, they get off to a quick start. They get off the field if they're playing defense. They maintain possession of the football and move the ball down the field and hopefully score points in the first possession.
I think that's a great point you bring up. You're going into this game we always look at the offense. Offense got to get off to a quick start. Offense got to get off to a fast start. It's not a great day for the defense when your first drive 6 minutes.
Yeah,
it's not a fast start for the defense when your first drive is just getting picked apart down the field. Like both sides of the ball are getting off the slow start.
But everybody is dependent upon each other to kind of do their part to help kind of stack the momentum. You know, to help if your momentum's here, you've got to do things right to kind of stack your momentum to get it going, to get it started. And if you're defensively, if you can get off the field, the offense gets the ball. They're not sitting a long time. Last week, the offense sat on the bench. They sat on the bench.
Yeah.
For the better part of the first 22 minutes, they were on the bench, except for one series where they went 3 and out. Otherwise, the other team was just driving the ball up and down the field, you know, however they wanted to do it. And then now your offense is cold. Now it's out of rhythm. Now it's got to try to find a way to build a rhythm. And it didn't happen until the second half.
When you're getting a TV timeout mid-drive, that's not a good thing.
No.
That means we got to take a break.
Yeah,
but not for nothing.
Fox is searching for somewhere where they got a commercial load. They got to get into the game, so they've got to find. You know, I always like the one where they get the commercial after the touchdown. They come back, kick off, then they go back to commercial.
Yeah, you got to double it up.
Well, you know, it was a long drive. Well, we're going to break. You know, the guy with the orange arm comes out and goes. And the referee goes, "We're going to break, guys." And then you're sitting there cold, waiting for the 3 minutes to come by so you can get back on the field and play ball.
That is the one part I think most fans don't think about. What is that like when a TV timeout hits and you're just like, I guess we're just here. I guess we're just trying to figure it out.
The crazy thing is, you know, even a refereeing challenge, not a referee challenge, but a booth challenge or a coach's challenge.
Yeah.
If you got momentum going and all of a sudden there's a challenge, it's like, what are you slowing the game down for?
Yeah.
You know, we're just starting to build momentum, and all of a sudden we got something stupid going on. And then, during that, then they go to commercial. Now you got 3 minutes where you're just like this. What's going on? You know, it takes away from the
flow.
The energy of the game.
Yeah.
The energy of the game, where it's going. You know, people getting involved, not involved, the ebb and flow. I think the fans are going to be better this week, too. I never credit or blame the fans. It's just kind of an extra bonus if you got a group that's involved and really getting raucous and really making things happen. But the players have to give the fans a reason to be happy.
Something to cheer about, yeah.
Give them something to talk about. You know, don't just, kind of blah through your performance and think all of a sudden upon demand they're going to be joyous. It doesn't work that way. You've got to give them something to cheer about.
Let's hope that we have something to cheer about this week. When you were playing, what was it like trying to prepare for that Detroit game heading into the playoffs? Was it we know everything, let's just go out here and find a way to win?
In my situation, we ended up playing Detroit, and it would have been for who plays at home. If we beat Detroit in Detroit, we play in Green Bay the next week.
Right.
If we lose to Detroit in Detroit, we play in Detroit the next week.
Right.
So we did all we could, but Barry had one of those 189-yard days.
I'll do it.
And, we tried to stop them. They saw a little flaw in one of our defenses. They took advantage of it. The next week we came back there. Barry didn't have the kind of day they did. It was a competitive game. George Teague intercepted a ball in the end zone, returned it like 103 yards for a touchdown. Then I think we ended up finding Sterling in the end zone, and we ended up winning the game on the road, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Beating Detroit was fun. I mean, those 5 times we played them.
That's so insane to me.
Yeah. I think we
were both wrong. Me and EO were like, I think he said 4. I think he said
5.
3. 5 is
We
crazy.
were 1-2 during the regular season, but we were 2-0 in the playoffs. So that was the important thing. The playoff games we won.
Yeah.
And we had split that year and split that year. But, the way that turned out was we had the double bye in 93,
Yep.
which pushed the last regular season game into 1994. And that was against Detroit. Then we played them in the playoffs. So that was 1 game, 2 game. Then you had your 2 regular season games in 94. They went away from the 2 byes in 1994 and only had the 1 bye. And then they played us on Saturday, December 31st, 1994. We got the Saturday game. So that's how we squeezed the 5th game in that year. So that's kind of the mechanism of how that ends up happening. And like the regular season goes into the final week, you can have a scenario coming up now, especially if you go to an 18th game and you go to 2 byes. Now you really have a scenario where you can get that final game, the playoff game, 2 games, but now it'll be impossible to get that playoff game in before the new year.
Yeah.
It was that one little double bye statistical quirk
That made it possible.
that allowed it to happen. The way the calendar is now, it's almost impossible to happen because the 5th game's got to come in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And if the playoffs we've seen the last couple of years start the 2nd week of January, you can never squeeze that 5th game in. Never.
It's going to be interesting seeing the Bears this time around because, I guess the one wrinkle that they have that hasn't been in the game is the Packers didn't have Trayvon Diggs the last time they played, and the Bears haven't had Roma Dunze either time that they've played.
Yeah.
Is that a difference maker in your mind?
I don't know if Diggs coming in is going to be a difference maker.
I hope it's very similar to Dallas.
Yeah.
It was real nice watching him try to cover Rome in Dallas. That was fun.
You're not all of a sudden going to find, it's this second life for, him coming up there. Down in Dallas, you're playing on the turf. You're playing in a controlled environment. Up when you play in Green Bay, you're on grass, you're outdoors. Here, you're going to be on grass, you're going to be outdoors. It's going to be a slippery situation because you're going to have rain a couple days before, even if the field is covered.
Yeah.
You're going to have that humidity that's going to be in the air, and that humidity is going to affect what's underneath the tarp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your atmospheric conditions, if it's raining, the tarp shields all the water, but it doesn't shield you from the humidity.
Yeah.
And it doesn't shield you from the heat that will be coming out when it's going to be 57 degrees Thursday. And that field's covered. It's going to hit that tarp, and it's going to have kind of a real warming, real kind of like not a humidor, but wherever you grow plants inside. It's going to have that kind of effect.
A greenhouse.
Greenhouse
effect.
You're going to have a little greenhouse effect underneath there. But that grass is going to be growing.
Yeah.
Even though the sun's not hitting it, it's warm and it's cozy, and that grass is stretching out going, man, this feels good. Feels good. So,
little long day for the grass
plus
on
when
Saturday,
it comes,
you think.
it'll get cooler that Saturday night. It gets cooler. And then you got a little dendritic mix. You're going to have a little sleet.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing. That's what we're hearing.
It's going to be windy. So it's going to be a snotty little atmosphere. I like the way Caleb throws in the snot, but I don't think Diggs is ineffective on the grass outside against the wide receiver that knows where he's going.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
The good thing is the Bears got a couple of those now. I mean, Colston Loveland always seems to be the option on 3rd down.
You and I talked at the beginning of the year. There's another factor you got to think about. Remember we talked about who's going to be the top receiver this year?
Yeah.
We talked about which tight end's going to find a way to come to the forefront.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about how much will Luther burden. And then we talked about the limitations of what you can and cannot do over the course of a season when you only have 330 receptions. How do those 330 receptions split themselves amongst your viable wide receivers you have, even if you include the running back group just as a group? As like a one.
Yeah.
How many balls did the running back get? How many other tight ends going to get? How many other wide receivers going to get? And you end up seeing exactly what happened.
It's pretty evenly split. It's actually pretty impressive.
Right, 713 for your tight end and 58 receptions, 25 the other way. So you had 83 receptions for your tight ends.
Yeah.
And you would have gotten to 1,000 yards with your tight ends with those 83 receptions. DJ Moore, Adunze, and I think Burden didn't have the yardage. Those two had 600. But I think Adunze gave you... Not Adunze. Adunze gave you 600. 600 out of DJ Moore. Burden gave you 400 and change, I believe. 480, 475. So that's about 1,700 yards total with those 3 wide receivers right there. Zacchaeus gave you receptions and yards early in the year, but Zacchaeus has fallen off the face of the earth.
Oh, yeah.
But with the development of Luther Burden, nobody's worried about where Zacchaeus is going. Zacchaeus will go.
Luther also catches the ball when it's thrown his way for the most part.
Zacchaeus did early in the year.
Yeah. It started falling off quickly, though.
Zacchaeus was his go-to guy.
The Washington game.
It only took 2 games for Zacchaeus to have trouble snagging the football and bring it in, for him to all of a sudden not become a part of this. I think Zacchaeus is a nice piece on a team that's only got 2 wide receivers and is begging for a third.
Yeah.
I think he's not a bad play for somebody that might be coming in looking at a guy. But Zacchaeus' time here with the Bears, thank you very much. We appreciate everything you offered.
Yeah.
And then it's time for you to go on.
My dad always said, thanks for playing the work version of our game.
Right. Yeah. But it's time to go.
82 targets, 58 receptions for Colston Loveland, 713 yards, Jurko.
Yep, it's what
6
I had.
touchdowns. 85 for DJ Moore, 50 receptions, 6 touchdowns, 682. 90 targets. I said reception. 85 targets, 50 receptions. 90 targets, 44 receptions. Got to get those receptions up.
For who?
For Roma Dunze on that 661.
Well, he's missed games, though. He's missed games.
Missed a ton of games. He probably ends up being by far the
right.
number 1 receiver this
He missed
season.
5 games,
if he's healthy. 6 touchdowns on the season. 60 receptions or 60 targets for Luther Burden. 47 receptions, 652 yards, 2 touchdowns. My favorite, though, when you're talking about explosive players, Colston Loveland, 12 yards per catch. DJ Moore, 13. Roma Dunze, 15. Luther Burden, 13.9, 14. Cole Komet, 11.6. And then you get to OZ and all of those boys in there. But a lot of explosive
What
plays
did
for this
OZ have?
offense. OZ ended up with 65 targets, 39 receptions, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
So him and Luther Burden, kind of similar territory target-wise, but Luther with a lot more production.
Yeah, but they flipped, too.
Flipped, yes.
That's the
Beginning
thing.
of the season, it was a
Right.
lot of OZ. End of the season,
Yeah.
you saw a ton of Luther Burden.
Right, so everybody asks, that's why everybody panics at the beginning of the year. Well, it's Tyler Warren. It's phenomenal. Look at what Tyler Warren's. Oh, my God, Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
You know, all I ever said was just, let's wait. I go, it's early. I go, you can't judge anything in the first 2-3 weeks of the season. Take a look at it at the end of the season, see where you're at. More importantly, look at it 3 years from now and see, well, who's doing what. I think I said when they were thinking about taking Loveland at the draft when we were up in Green Bay, I said, listen, if of the 2 receivers, if you're going to take a tight end with the 10th pick, I said take Colston Loveland. I think he's the more athletic of the 2. That's just the way I felt. I think he's the more athletic of the 2. I think over the course of the 3-4 years, the next 2-3 years, you're going to find out that what people thought about Colston Loveland is probably true. He is probably the more athletic of the 2.
Yeah.
That's not to take away from Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's
fine.
The second best tight end.
Tyler Warren had Daniel Jones.
Taken, yeah. But that's the guy they have.
Yeah.
That's their quarterback. Yeah. They don't plan on moving on from Daniel Jones.
Probably not.
They don't have a first-round pick.
No.
They traded away for Sauce Gardner.
Crazy.
8-2 at the time they traded for Sauce Gardner.
1-7 on 2 teams.
Yeah.
How do you do that? You ever seen that before?
No.
Or is he the first person to do that? He might be the first person to do that.
He got hurt though, didn't he?
He did.
I
but
thought Sauce got hurt.
both teams that he went to,
Man.
1-7. That's a rough season, good kid.
Yeah, a lot of losses. Lot of losses. You know, they went all in. They went for it, and it backfired down there. They kept Ballard. They kept the coach. Ursay, the young lady, the daughter.
Yep.
She came out. She gave her spiel. Give her all the credit in the world. She's trying to figure this thing out. She's trying to figure it out. She's trying to talk to talk. She's trying to figure out what the language
She's learning
is.
on the fly.
What it's all about. It's going to take time. It's not going to happen in 1 year. It's not going to happen in one off season. So I give her all the credit in the world. She's got to find somebody she trusts. I don't know if it's going to be Ballard. She might have to find somebody she trusts to put her in charge.
Is there an Ernie Accorsi still around?
Well, no. I mean, it's got nothing to do with any NFL guy coming in and giving her advice.
Yeah.
It's got to do with what she feels comfortable with.
Right.
With somebody that she trusts to give her advice on something, not some NFL mandated guy from the commissioner's office. Well, talk to this guy because he really knows what he's doing, you know, or he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. Bill Tobin's. Was it Tobin's case? Did they keep going to Tobin? Who was it that they went to? Bill Polian.
Bill Polian.
He's got a gold jacket. You know, the guy's drooling out of his mouth, for heaven's sake. You know, at some point you got to go to somebody else. Well, they're a Hall of Famer. Look at old Ernie over here. Ernie will give you some thoughts. There will come a point in time where I'll be drooling in a cup too.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to want to get rid of me, and it'll probably be about that time. Just do it before I start drooling in a cup. Say, Yerk, we appreciate your thoughts, but it's time for us to put you out the pasture. And I got my own day that I'll be put out.
Do you want us?
You ain't got to worry about that.
You want us to put you down, or you got to take yourself out?
No. I won't even take myself out. I'll never do that. I'll let the sweet Lord take me when He takes me.
What are we talking about? I thought we were talking about leaving.
You said take.
I didn't mean.
No, I said leaving. You said, are you going to take yourself out?
I'm like, out of the game.
Jeez, dude. I go, that's a little harsh, man. No, I ain't never taking myself out.
I've been out of the game.
I don't know how you. I don't know how you've been conditioned, man, but that's not.
Of death out here.
That's not the way I work. I'm not inviting the Grim Reaper in and saying, hey, no, you need to come because I plan on getting rid of myself. No, that's not the way it works, my friend. You got here. You didn't hear what you said. I heard what you said. Words have meaning.
Words do have
like,
meaning.
oh, my heavens.
I didn't mean it that way,
I go, geez, this guy's harsh. I always said my kids were going to put me on an ice floe with a box of cigars, a bottle of whiskey, and a nice chair. And they put me on an ice floe, when the south wind at the big lake, they call Gitchagumi out here, Lake Michigan. And then by the time those boxes of cigars are done, it'll probably be melted, and I'll be down at the bottom of the sea.
Down with the ship.
Davy Jones' locker.
Yeah.
I can't believe you took it that direction.
I didn't go that way.
Yeah, I think you did. We play it back. We'll play it back.
Let us know if that's how that came off. If it did, I apologize.
All right, do we got to gamble? What do we got?
We do got to make a play here, Jurko, and the underdog play of the day. We've already got a Colston Loveland higher on 42.5 from Courtney Cronin. What are you feeling today, good kid?
She's got Colston Loveland. I'll take the other tight end.
Oh, you like a little double tight end action?
I'll take a double tight end action, and I will go with above 12.5 yards. I believe that's where we're at.
Don't clip that one part.
Don't clip it. I want it in.
Don't clip it. Cole Kmet, 13.5. You want higher on that?
I want over 13.5 yards.
All right, higher than 13.5 yards on Cole Kmet. Do you feel like this is an easy play on this one, or is this going to be?
For me, it's not difficult because, I think the play action pass is going to be big. I think the tight end is going to be big in this game. So not only Colston, let me tell you.
Is that a weather thing?
When they try to take away your primary threat, primary threat right now, whether anybody likes it or not, is Colston Loveland.
Yeah.
So when they try to take him away, you've got to pay less attention to the other guy. I think the guy that gets paid less attention to, I'd double dip. I'd go over 13.5 yards and over 1.5 receptions.
Oh,
right?
A little double dip.
That'd be a double dip.
Receptions.
That would be my double dip. I think Cole Kmet is a bigger part of this thing.
Than believed.
Right, than believed. Than people would give you. And that's fine. But that's a natural occurrence if you've got your one tight end that's your leading receiver and has been catching a lot of balls and caught 9 balls. When you're in the Green Bay room, you're not saying, hey, we got to stop Cole Kmet. No, we got to stop Colston. Luther Burden's productive. DJ Moore's always a threat.
Yeah.
Roma Dunze might be back. So you're talking about all those things, but you're not saying, hey, if we shut down Cole Kmet, we're going to win the game.
Yeah.
Which allows him to get 27 yards of receptions, 3 receptions, 9 yards apiece.
Big tutty.
Thank you. That's all you need.
That's all you need. I'd love to see it. Let's hope that we can see this Bears team.
Two-point conversion counts as a reception.
I wonder how he's feeling after that. Yeah. That was a shot. That was a shot.
But that's nothing compared to what happened. Shots that happened in the NFL over the course of 1,000 years. Now they're playing on soft grass. They're playing on softer turf. I watched the Eric Hipple. Scott Bentley put a hit on Eric Hipple in 1985 on the sidelines. And the announcer at the end of it, as they analyze, that was a nice, clean hit. He's like a half a yard out of bounds. He didn't see Bentley coming over for the Tampa Bay Bucks. It was at the old sombrero. Eric Hipple went flying, helmet popped off like a zit. It was unbelievable.
Little Jackson Dart-like?
Oh,
Jackson,
yeah.
You see some of the shots Jackson Dart's taking?
Oh, yeah.
Little Jackson Dart-like?
But let me tell you, that Eric Hipple, I'll pull it up here during the break.
Yeah.
That stunned that they attended to him like they were at his funeral. It looked like they were doing an autopsy on him. That's the shot he took. And the announcers, what a great clean hit.
It's a clean hit. It's a little different era there. You're
Clean hit, yeah.
Different era there. You're
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, we want you guys out there to download the Underdog app today. Sign up with the promo code CBP to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5. Promo code CBP. Underdog, make picks, win money. EOQ, the disclaimer. Must be 18 years or older, 19 or older in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 or older in Colorado for some games, 21 or over in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I love that my husband's so handy. He leaves more money for the important stuff. Gosh darn it, Steve.
Don't be like Steve. Call Avondale Roofing. DIY is for Pinterest, not your roof.
Welcome back into today's episode of the Chicago Bears podcast. Pat, the designer, John Jurkovic, who's in phenomenal form, back off of the holidays. Look at this guy having a great time.
Just playing with the TV.
Good kid. You want to tell us about Mitch Lyons, bud?
Absolutely. My man, Mitch Lyons. MitchLyonsWealth.com. You can get him on LinkedIn too, guys. Mitch Lyons. Get him on LinkedIn. You want to talk to him. You want to communicate with him. He's about the retirement. He's about the game planning for the retirement. It's like 5 years before you're getting ready to retire. Hey, let's go. This is the time to get things done. You're in the red zone. The red zone of retirement. You want to go ahead and prepare for that thing. So that's what you need. That's what you want. You want to be able to have stuff when you say goodbye to everything. You don't want to work anymore. You want to continue to generate revenue for yourself. That's what it's all about. So whether you're in the red zone or whether you're a young man making money, call MitchLyonsWealth.com. Boom, call it, go to it, and reach out to him on LinkedIn. You get a chance to go ahead and listen to some advice that you might take, and you might make yourself some money.
Dominating no matter where you're on the field with Mitch Lyons. Right. Today's episode also brought to you by the Advantage Dealer Group. Find your next Chevy, Toyota, or Acura. Drive off in under 60 minutes, or they'll make your first car payment.
That's
also
right.
brought to you by the Hard Rock Casino in Northern Indiana. Las Vegas-style gaming, just 30 minutes from Soldier Field, exit 6, right off I-80-94. But the good kid says they have a phenomenal steak out there. Didn't you say that?
Oh, yeah. Council Oaks is the steakhouse out there. Yeah. You get out there. The Branzino's phenomenal. Everything there is fantastic. It's top-notch. I'll be up there for dinner on the 23rd, January. Yeah, my fantasy league, we have a year-ending dinner where we award all the prizes and the monies and stuff.
Yeah.
So we go up there, and that way we can just gamble it away at the casino.
Good man.
Yeah. You win what you win, and then you just gamble it away at the casino.
That's not a bad day.
Not only did Lamar Jackson cost me my fantasy league this year, but he also cost John Harbaugh his job. So congratulations.
Well, good.
I wonder if Lamar's going to come back and pop back with the Lamar Jackson MVP 1 or MVP 2 type of year next year because he'd be properly motivated. Also because this season was probably
he'll be healthier.
Somewhat of a disappointment. He'll maybe participate in 17 games, which would be a nice thing for him and for whoever's going to come in and coach him now.
Yeah, I lost a steak dinner there, Jurko. That was.
Did you?
Yeah, I had when one of my guys, Steeler fan, is his second team. Grew up watching Bears on what was it, ABC back then.
No, the Bears were on CBS.
Bears on CBS,
NBC,
and Pittsburgh was on NBC. So
AFC was NBC.
His second team is the Steelers. I told him when the Steelers were 5-1 that Baltimore would win the division, and we put a little steak dinner on it.
Sure.
And one Tyler Loop kick away. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, you're ready to celebrate.
I was salivating.
You ready to order it?
Salivating. It was a Chicago cut night, good kid.
The tomahawk steak. I can just imagine you were ready to go ahead and order.
It was tough.
I'm not surprised.
Let's finish it out with this, good kid. As the Bears are going into this game,
I'm ready.
A lot of young pieces that you're relying on. Of course, the quarterback, second year here, but you're talking about rookies. Colston Loveland being the lead receiver. Luther Burden and how he stepped up. Did you ever have a situation when you were playing where you had to rely on young guys who had never been there?
Absolutely.
To do their job?
Adam Timmerman had to step in at guard when Aaron Taylor got hurt. So Timmer, young kid out of South Dakota. I think he played at Augustana out in South Dakota, I believe. So Timmerman stepped in the playoffs against the Atlanta Falcons right away.
Yeah.
The rookie was Antonio Freeman. Antonio Freeman had to come in and step in right away. You know, we were in the playoffs in 93, 94, and 95 up in Green Bay, and in Jacksonville, 96, 97, 98. We had to rely upon nothing but young bucks up there. Kevin Hardy was a rookie. Tony Brackens was a rookie. Aaron Beasley was a rookie at corner. All three guys ended up starters by the end of the year. So every team's got to rely upon young people to be able to step in and play. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
So nothing is shocking. Nothing is shocking when you get into the playoffs. These guys have played a year.
Yeah.
These guys are well seasoned. I hardly consider them rookies anymore. And the minute the year is over, they're no longer rookies. They'd be second-year players now.
Yeah.
So hopefully the end of the year is a little bit later than on Sunday.
What's the hard part of going into your first playoff? Is it, trying to control your emotions, trying to control
a little bit.
feeling?
Trying to relax.
Yeah.
You're going to see the pickup in speed and intensity. There's going to be a pickup in speed and intensity.
Was it shocking to you the first time?
No. Anytime you play with an immediacy of being done, the effort's going to be that much more. It's going to be crazy. The intensity is going to be that much more. And the thing you've got to be able to do is settle yourself down and focus. Hey, you don't want to be so amped up that you're so juiced up to the hill that you don't comprehend what the hell's going on, what you're doing. I don't want to see offsides jumping. I don't want to see illegal procedures.
Yeah.
We've
been through that. We don't need to do that anymore.
Maybe Billings on the second one, he did it intentionally, give him the first down.
Yeah.
To get him across the line and hurry up whatever possession they had because they were going to get the first down. The first one was not, though.
The first one was bad.
The first one was not. So maybe the second one was intentional, but the first one was not. So, just be smart, play solid football, relax, let your mind work. Let your mind take a look and react to what's happening, And so read and react. That's what it's all about in the game of football. Not read, think, and react. Read and react.
Any
That's what
concern?
you want to be able to do.
Any concern from you with this coaching staff? First time Ben Johnson going in as a head coach in the playoffs.
No, Ben Johnson's been to the playoffs. Ben Johnson's familiar. Ben Johnson's called plays in the playoffs, so I'm not worried about Ben Johnson at all.
What's your expectation for this game? Is this a Bears win when we show up on Saturday for the? Well, I'll be on the pregame show. When you show up for the postgame show on Saturday,
Bears 28-24.
Ooh, that got me excited.
4-point win.
There we go, baby. 28 points.
Listen, it's gonna be a close game.
Interception. Little Jordan Love pick going the wrong way.
Oh, I don't know.
Jordan Love pick going the wrong way. He's a playoff pick guy.
I didn't wager on it, so I don't make zero predictions in that regard. I didn't wager on it, so zero predictions in that regard. I had a Jordan Love interception the last time they played.
You did.
I cashed on Underdog.
Yeah.
Underdog. Yeah.
Is that their new theme song again?
Yeah. It's old
No,
TV
I know.
show.
I know the show Underdog.
I didn't sing it right.
Yeah, he definitely didn't sing it right. It's not bird, nor plane, nor even frog. Just little old me, Underdog.
Yeah, I went with the.
Well, I know it.
I went with the remix. I got the remix version going. Where you guys been?
That's your DMC over there. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys for tuning in to Show and Love as always. For the good kid, John Jurkovic is your boy Pat the Designer. Back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there in Chicago. Bet down. One love. We got to win, baby. Let's do it. Let's go get a win. Peace.